Welcome, my good friend Chuck.
Michael, how are you, sir?
Good, man. Good, man. It's is this we got to be coming up on we just passed our anniversary.
Yes, our anniversary, yes.
Yeah.
May of 2016, I believe.
May of 2016.
At the old Rev 3 Knoxville.
It's a sad day, man.
It is. That was such a great race.
Yeah, we had a good time, and I can't remember how we met, but it turned into a hell of a night after you got the podium, and you did the half that day. I did the Olympic, and I can't remember. I don't think that was the year I won all my power bars, but I remember seeing you on the podium, and we.
So that was the year. Yeah, I won all my power bars that year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. And we went up to this rooftop place, and you knew everybody. You're like the mayor of Knoxville that day somehow.
For one day only.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And now, look how far you've come. You're going to Kona this year.
I am. It's been a long haul. Long way from 2016, that's for sure.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea back then that you're going to be a Kona person?
No. I didn't know until probably 2017. I did a lot of Ironmans, as Robbie likes to yell at me for. I did 3 that year. And so when that put me at 6, right then I was like, all right, we're going for this now. I mean, we're this close. We got to make the push. So before that, I'd done 1 a year. I'd had 3 before that year. So it was like, no big deal. Sure, it's out there, but I didn't think I was going for it. And then circumstances and Ironman marketing and other different things. And I signed up for the 3rd race that year, and I was like, all right, let's just do this. So then we pushed.
Yeah, you've been pushing hard, man.
Yeah, it was 2 a year after that, and then pandemic stuff, and then races were canceled, and I probably turned 3 races into 4 different races just by stuff getting deferred. So we kept pushing out, and then Ironman split the men and women. I was supposed to be in Kona last year, and so Nice sounds nice, but it wasn't what I've been dreaming of for 10 years. So I took the deferral. And I get to go race with 2 other coaches, Parker and CJ. And I've told them both that after they shower to come back and watch me finish. So it'll be good.
Exactly right. Well, you never know.
No, never know.
Is Parker doing it?
Yeah, Parker's doing it. He qualified at Madison with you guys last year.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
So would you recommend doing 3 in a year?
Physically, it wasn't that. Yeah, physically, it wasn't that bad. Mentally, I was gassed. I was spent. Like, it was just the last 2 were only 8 weeks apart, and the 3rd one was my fastest I'd ever done to date. So physically, I was there, and it was a hot, windy day in Cozumel that day. But physical was good, but my brain was mush. I needed the break afterwards and just not train and not think of the next Ironman. So it just depends on the person, I'd say.
Okay. Well, so your last one was your fastest?
That year, yeah.
Hang on, I'm texting you. I might as well just tell you. I think you're leaning on the desk and the camera's moving or something.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. I won't do that.
I was going to text you, but here we are. It's just casual, man. So anyway,
I get it.
Okay. So, well, that's interesting. So what did you do between the 2nd and the 3rd one? Were you doing a lot, or were you just kind of trying to recover mostly?
Well, ironically, right after the 2nd one, which was Chattanooga, was when I came on with Robbie. The plan was to start in January, but my coach that I had at the time, we just kind of weren't on the same page. And so I reached out to Robbie and said, let's start this early. I said, here's where I'm at. See what you can do with it. And we basically just maintained. There was not a lot of build. It was just, don't get injured. Make sure you can get to the start line. Clearly the fitness from the year will do a lot. So yeah, it was not very focused. It was just keep doing the day-to-day and get the volume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then, it turned out to work all right.
Yeah, no kidding. So how does that differ from what you got going now? I mean, you're going for Kona. I mean, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Podium shot.
Oh God, no. I've told my wife and everyone that my goal is make them wonder if I'm legacy or not. So I don't want it to be painfully obvious that, oh, he's legacy because he's, way back at the back. I want them to wonder. So as long as it's not obvious, I did what I wanted. And so, I mean, there's always, the pie in the sky goals, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry for not knowing this, but what have you done this year other than train for Kona? Are you just all in on Kona?
No, you're fine. A few of us did Oceanside 70.3.
Well, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Parker and Kevin and a few others. And then that was it. And I've been fighting some saddle issues. So my riding's been a little less than I'd hoped for the last 2 or 3 months. So we're trying to get that fixed. Running and swimming are good. I'm just throwing volume at it. And then I'll be with almost every C26 teammate at Louisville in August. That's only 2 hours away, which is nice. And I figured it was the perfect scenario to replicate Kona. Hot, humid, Louisville, August. I think will go a lot way to tell me how I'm going to do in the heat of Hawaii.
Yeah, no kidding. And so tell everybody where you're at, because it's 2 hours from Louisville.
Yeah. So west side of Indianapolis, born and raised. Love it here. Would love to be a mountain man once I retire, but for now, Indiana's cheap and easy, and it's where all my friends and family are. So, well, a lot of my family anyway. So, yeah, it's good.
And that's where Evan Bice is from.
Yeah, correct. And the Indianapolis Indians.
And exactly, man. One of these days, I'll take you down there for the royal treatment.
Right.
At what's it called now?
Victory Field. No, Victory Field.
Yeah. So, okay. So Louisville it is.
Yep.
And what is it, like a month from there?
No, 2. Probably 10 weeks.
Oh, it's 10 weeks?
Yeah, August 18 to October 26th.
Oh, that's right. Because because I was always thinking, shit, that's right by Wisconsin. But no, it was by at the old Louisville same day, right? Remember?
Yeah, it used to be, but then for some reason, Kona's 2 weeks later than it's ever been. Like it's usually like the 14th, 15th. So you're right in that. It's even later than usual. I don't know the why. I hope it means it's cooler, but I don't think 2 weeks in Hawaii is going to do much for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
so
I can't keep up with that. You know me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So
10 weeks.
Your coaching, man. Let's as a coach, what kind of things maybe have you got from being with the C20? How long has it been? I didn't realize that was the year you joined with Rob.
Yeah, this will be 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years, yeah.
Okay.
So it's been great. I feel like there's a lot more to just doing the daily than there is to having awesome days every day. As long as you're putting in the work and getting it done, it doesn't have to be the home run type deal. But it just is helpful that it's happening. It's good to just step outside, do the work. Like you don't need to be Jan Frodeno every day. So,
well, I think that talking about going from your second to third Ironman is kind of that proof of that in a way. I mean, you just said you're kind of maintaining and doing your business, and then you end up having a great race.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, fitness is fitness, like we say, and if you're there's no better way than to just do it, on a daily, really.
Oh, right.
In on the program, because we have a lot, including me, where take a week off here and there, and you kind of have highs and lows, and if you kind of land on the right day with the right energy and shit like that, you might have a good race. But I think for the most part, if you're just like consistent and doing your thing. Before we move ahead, you mentioned that you have some saddle issues, and I just, for me and for other people that I know, like, what kind of things are you doing about that? And are you refitting, or is it just something that's just?
Yeah. So I've been on the same saddle for 7 years, so this was kind of a surprise. And I went through most of the spring build and was fine. And then right before Oceanside, it started getting really bad. You can survive a 70.3. You're not comfortable, but you can get through it. And it's so hilly that you're not narrow very much anyway. So came back, saw my fitter. We talked about a few things and we tried some saddles, but it wasn't working too well. I've also tried the bi-saddle, the one where each side is independently movable, left and right. I had a few friends and former teammates really suggest that one. So I'm trying that one as well. And I've gone as far as a steroid shot Because what I've got kind of perplexed the doctor at first. He said he'd never seen it before, and just a general doc, but it's called biker's nodule, and it's not like a sore. We're going to get not too gross, but it doesn't open or anything. It's just, it gets angry. And so it's not fun. So I rode 2 hours the other day. It wasn't too bad. Hopefully the steroids taking shape, and we can get it in, because I got to get my butt on the bike.
Yeah, no kidding, man. I hate that. Hate to hear that.
Yeah.
So as you coach, what kind of things, are you, do you like to see from your athletes, like that make you feel good, like have the progress or things like that? What kind of things are you seeing from some athletes? It's just really makes it, kind of rewarding to be a coach. And
so it's the same that we find for ourselves, right? I love to see the consistency that I know works for me. And if they're just putting in the work every day, or not even every day, give me 80 to 90% of the week and hit them or come close or try. Those mean a lot. And I had an athlete PR half marathon, and the text I got was, "You're not so bad at this coaching thing."
Oh, nice.
And that was awesome. I mean, that's what we're doing this for, is I want to hear that I'm not letting them down, but I want to hear that they're finding the value in it, and they're progressing, and things are going well. And so now I just hope she doesn't beat me at Louisville, but I don't think I can stop that if I wanted to.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Let her win at Louisville, but then you can, show out at Kona.
Right.
You can't be great on everything. So,
No.
So your style as a coach, it sounds like you might have just defined it a little bit, but supportive. I mean, where are you going with this? Are you?
Yeah, it's
self as an athlete. I mean, you're hard on yourself, I feel like.
I am. I don't know that I've had good days as an athlete. I don't know if I've had the great day. I don't know if any athlete has a day they'd call perfect. Everyone, I mean, we're all mostly type A people that can find something we wish was better, or maybe my transition was 30 seconds faster. Stuff that in the grand scheme doesn't matter, but we can all find things we'd like to improve on. I think as a coach, I like just seeing it's rewarding when they've bought in, when your athlete has bought into what you're doing. Because when you first start, and I have a few athletes that have never done any of this, it's hard to see through the trees. I feel like they're just like, well, we're just running for an hour. We're just biking for 2 hours. It's like, what is the point of this? It's like, we've just, as Robbie says, you got to build the chassis or the base layer of the cake, or any of his fantastic analogies. You've got to do that long work, and then you can start sharpening the point. And as you get closer to a race, it starts making more sense, I feel like, because you're able to do all the harder things that aren't just volume.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, is that an embroidery machine over there that I'm looking at?
So my wife was gracious enough to let me use her office, which is also her sewing room.
Okay.
We've got machines everywhere. I mean, I call it the sweatshop, and she'll kill me for saying it, but
she's the only one sweating in there. You're not doing anything.
No, I would wreck and probably put needles through my finger and all this other stuff. So we don't need that.
But you work in a tough environment, I feel like.
Yeah. So I've been in August will be 20 years that I've worked in a steel mill, just west of Indianapolis. Something I never thought I'd do at all, let alone for 20 years. But it pays the bills. It lets me do all the fun stuff outside. I've always said I don't necessarily love my job, but I love what it allows me. So it's important to have the balance, and loving your job would be amazing. I think that's rarefied air of someone who absolutely loves their job, or maybe it just is because I don't. But it's they've been good to me for 20 years, so I keep going back.
Right, which is great, man. I mean, you have some great stories about it. We don't have to get into that now, but like, it's just interesting. I find it interesting what you do, and I feel like it probably, because I know you as a athlete and a racer, and I feel like, you probably like, I'm sure that transfers a little bit, just kind of grinding it out a little bit, literally.
Yeah. The mental fortitude, I hope, gains a bolster from that. I think I'm hoping right now that the heat acclimation is working, because it's warm in a steel mill.
Yeah,
so,
that was right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the schedule, the schedule's hard. I work 4 12s, and then I have 4 days off. which is great. But then I work 4 nights of 12-hour shift, 9 to 9. So every other week I switch days to nights. So it's difficult. But then on my 4 days off, when everything's working well, I can really hammer the workouts and make up for lost time because I can't get much done on a 12-hour work shift.
Yeah.
There's not many hours left.
Well, you're probably good at juggling schedules for people if they need it. You're very
that's
to that.
That's what I like to think. There's an understanding there because I've done it for so long. So it helps to, as long as they're upfront about the reality of what they're going through and what they have available, you can make anything work, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it about the C26 community that has, kept you around and then wanted you to represent as a coach?
Yeah, it's the whole is greater than the sum of its parts or something like that. It's amazing. The people that you and Robbie have attracted to this group have been just amazing. I've met some of my very dearest and best friends, people who just reach out and not talk racing. I mean, they're just friends, and it has nothing to do with the sport and it's nothing to do with racing. It's just, I care about this person, they care about us, and it's as much, and Robbie and I get along great and have a great relationship as coach and athlete. It's the people, and I'm sure it's not the first time you've heard it. The people in this group are just so good, and I can't imagine. I don't need to leave because I have a great relationship again with Robbie, but I can't imagine leaving this group of people. And it's not like they go away, but it's still, you have that camaraderie and you have the team thing going on behind it. So it's just, everyone is genuine. Everyone is just truly fantastic and will do anything for you. And that's what's great.
Yeah. That's a good point, man. I was thinking back to that day when we did meet, and I think we had started the podcast then, but it was very infant.
No. About 6 months later, I got a message from you saying, "Hey, my buddy and I just started this podcast." So yeah, I don't think you'd started it yet.
Oh, I had the blog and everything going.
Okay, yeah. So, but just after.
Yeah. Is that really? I saw you emailed you, told you. Hey, that's what I talk about, organic growth, man.
real streets.
Yeah, we were down and dirty, man. Hey, buddy. We started.
Hey, pal, I met once.
Okay, yeah. So then you started listening, and then I feel like I saw you again after that, or I don't know.
But, I think I saw you at Louisville 17, maybe.
Okay.
You might have been there. Yeah, and it was what most people talk about was it was a passive interview. I got to listen to you guys for almost a year before I signed on with Robbie, and I knew what I needed to know. I heard all the theories and where he stood on things and how he approached training and coaching, and I knew it's what I was missing and needed. And so yeah, it was easy from my end to sign on. So
yeah, and here you are.
Here we are.
How many camps later, probably,
I'm not the every camper, but I've probably done 5 or 6. A few run camps, a few tri camps.
Yeah. So
a little bit of everything. So Madison camp coming up here in a few weeks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You're going to be here.
Yep.
That's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah. Looking forward to it.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
You're going to impart some wisdom. So you've raced Madison
once.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2019.
And,
whatever I have to share.
Yeah.
I feel like my strength is more the Robbie jokes about the tech side, and I love the tech of the sport, and like course. I'm always the guy that has to go out and recon a course. Like if I've never seen it, I will drive it before race day. And I don't know if it does me any good, but it makes me feel better. So, and I like knowing, what corners are gross and what corners aren't, and where you go fast and be confident and stuff like that. I feel like it helps a little. It doesn't change my day, but it makes me feel better anyway.
Well, no, I mean, wait, are you the kind of guy that leans out the window and looks for gravel and shit like that?
No.
Starkey used to do, but I mean, sometimes I remember driving the Madison course before I had ever seen it or raced it, and it kind of threw me in a pickle, man. because it was like
Too much.
yeah, I mean, it just always seems a little bit more daunting in a car to me for some reason. I don't know why that is, but yeah, so, well, but it's a good thing that's kind of what I want to do with this camp is, you can't, if you haven't done it, you can ride it once or twice and, you don't really, I didn't like, I still don't remember it. I know it now because I've done it so many times, but
Right.
even still, once through, but I think it's important to kind of, recon it in the sense of, it's just not a normal ride, and
Oh no.
so we want to kind of try to figure out ways to help people, perform better.
Yeah.
Based on, the turns and how to handle hills and things like that. But, so I'll give you the floor up there.
I'll take it and try not to put anybody to sleep.
Yeah, no, you're an entertaining guy, man. So I'm not worried about that. Any other things that you'd like to say about yourself or how what an athlete can expect from you as a coach?
Yeah, so it's, as a coach, I try to not bore anyone, because you got to have some engagement there, but it's not going to be some brand new exciting thing every day. We'll go through cycles. We have to see what it looked like a month ago and maybe what the same workout looks like today, and we see growth that way, and we know what's going on and what we need to work on. I feel like it's it's just, I don't know. For me, it's such a fun sport. I'd wanted to get into coaching for a few years now. I think you and I had talked about it, and Robbie and I had talked about it. And then when this opportunity came about, it was just something that I was really jones to try and see if, there was any traction in me doing this as something to help other people.
Well, that works for me, man. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully this helps you and helps some people find you. And it's a great time as always. I enjoy your company, and I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks.
Yep.
Here in Madison, one of the greater cities there is.
Now, when you race Madison, what Madison will this be for you?
This will be my sixth Madison.
You're halfway to Kona just at Madison.
Well, it'll be my 11th race.
Dude. Kona 2028 for Mike Torelli.
If I qualify, I'll do it.
Come on, there's no shame in legacy. That's how I'm going.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what I've set out for me.
Yep, I hear you.
I made legacy. Can you decide, like, if you have 20 and be like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna backdoor into
it. Yeah.
Okay. I may decide down the road, but for now, I still have my sights high.
There you go.
Plus I'm in an older age group. It should be easier for me.
That's what they say. And then I see these results and it never gets easier.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think, I always think, for my age group, podium seems possible, but I think I'd have to win it. And whoever wins it is usually like at least an hour and a half ahead of me. So it's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm 45, 49. So I'm still looking at 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a top 20%, top 30% athlete. I'm not stellar, but I have solid days. But I'm getting just walked by these guys that can throw down 8:30s and 9 hours in my age group, and it's ridiculous.
Isn't that something, man?
It's inspiring, but
it
ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean really, I think it just boils down to sacrifice. A lot of times, they're probably been putting it in, for years.
Yep.
It's just showing up. And you're right. I mean, I've always said it's because I'm habitually in the top right around 20% too, same type of deal. But to get in the top 5 is like night and day. It's 10 to 20 is kind of almost reasonable. But then when you get up to there, it's just like next level shit.
Yeah, the curve ramps up mightily.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then you'll really see that curve out in Kona.
If I'm close enough to it.
Hey, we get to that 15 percentile, dude, I will be super stoked.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Right.
it'll be fun either way. It's I got to go watch the women last year, and it was amazing to see it and kind of get the nerves out before I had to race it, which was nice. So,
Oh, that's right. You are a recon guy, man. You went out a year before, and
well, yeah, long story there too, but yeah, we ended up going this year, so it was fun.
all right, buddy. Well, it's been a pleasure, man, and I will see you in a few weeks.
Yep, sounds
Meantime-
great, Mike. Yep,
All right, buddy. Have a great 4th of July.
yep. Thanks, man. You too.
See you, man. Hang on.